So you have 30 minutes with the CXO of your manager. Maybe it's a calendar invite they agreed to after you ask, or maybe it's a structured skip level your organization runs quarterly, or maybe it came around a particular project. Now, whatever brought you into that room, what you do with the next 30 minutes has more influence on whether you get the VP title than most things you are about to do in the next 6 months. Now, most directors don't know about that, or they know it vaguely, but they haven't prepared for it deliberately. Today, I'm going to walk you through the exact sequence I use with directors in their VP transition year. Now, 5 steps that change how you show up in that room and what the CXO walks away believing about you. But first, a reframe on what this meeting is actually for. Now, most directors treat a skip level meeting as an update. Here's what I'm working on, here's what my team delivered, and here's where we are heading. Now, the CXO already has access to your updates. They get it from your manager, from your dashboards, and from your quarterly reviews. But what they do not have is a sense of you as a strategic voice. And that's the only thing that they're evaluating in this meeting that they cannot get anywhere else. If you are walking in prepared to give an update, you'll give an excellent one. And the CXO, he will walk away thinking, strong leader, thorough, on top of the brief. But what you want them thinking is actually a little harder to put a finger on. It's something like, I would put this person in a VP role. I would want this person in the room when a decision that matters needs to be made. Now, that's not a better update. It's a completely different conversation. And here are the 5 steps that will help you prepare for this conversation. So, step number 1, do the intelligence work before you walk in. Before this meeting, know these 3 things. Number 1, what is the CXO's primary strategic concern right now? Not the general remit, the specific problem they are losing sleep over. Now, this comes from reading their public communications, understanding the business context, and asking your manager about organizational priorities. Number 2, what does the CXO currently believe about you? If they have a mental model about you at all, what is it? Are you the person who leads the technology risk function, or are you the person working on the company's most complex compliance problem? These are 2 very different things. Number 3, what do you want them to believe about you after this meeting? Now, that gap between what they currently believe and what you want them to believe is what you are using these 30 minutes to close. Now, step number 2, open with a perspective, not with a status update. The first thing you say sets the frame for everything that follows. If you open with an update, you're a director giving a report. But if you open with a perspective on something that matters to the business, something you have been thinking about, something you have noticed, something you have a point of view on, then you are a potential VP offering a business observation. The difference, it may sound like something like this. Well, I want to give you a sense of where we are with the risk assessment program. Now, that's a director's update version. But the perspective version, it may sound something like, well, I've been thinking about the risk posture question you raised in the last town hall, specifically whether we are solving the compliance problem or the business continuity problem. They require different architectures, and I think we are currently designed for the first one. Same person, completely different conversation. Step number 3, ask the question that signals you are thinking at the next level. Somewhere in the middle, ask a question that shows you are thinking about the business problem, not just your functional mandate. But it will sound something like, one thing I've been trying to understand better is how you are thinking about, and then you insert the strategic decision. From where I sit, I see your observation, but I don't have visibility into the broader context. What am I missing? So what this question does is 2 things. It shows your senior leader that you are thinking across the organization and not just around your function. And the other thing, it invites the CXO into a conversation rather than positioning them as an audience. Now, step number 4, create the conditions for sponsorship without asking for it. I've had conversations with leaders and who talk about that they have got acknowledged that they do not have sponsorship. So how do you prepare your senior leadership for sponsorship in a way that it doesn't look like you're asking for sponsorship, but they offer it? So near the end, signal that you're working on the next level and that you would value their perspective as you are navigating it. Don't say something like, I'm going for a VP position and I would like your support. No. But instead say something like, I've been deliberate this quarter about building a better understanding of the strategic context about my current role. I would value the chance to check my thinking with you periodically. These conversations are useful for that. Now, you're not asking for a sponsor. You are creating the context in which the sponsorship becomes natural. Step number 5, follow up within 24 hours, but not with a thank you note. Most follow-up emails will say, thank you for your time. I really valued the conversation. Now, that confirms you attended the meeting. It doesn't advance anything. It doesn't move the needle. So your follow-up should reference one specific thing from the conversation and add one thought to it. Something you said you would look into, something they raised that you have a perspective on. Now that follow-up signals this conversation continued in my head after I left the room, and that's what a VP level thinker does. Now this 5-step sequence is what's in the skip level blueprint. The document I released this week, it covers these 5 steps in a sequence. It's free. And if you are in the director or AVP band and you have a VP move in the next 12 months, the skip level meeting is the highest leverage conversation you are probably not preparing for deliberately right now. Link is in the description. You can access it from there.